From an animal fit to be in the NBA, to one that skates better than you and me, and even an animal that can leap unbelievably high. Here are 20 times animals that have held insane world records. But first, let's meet a cat that makes even humans extremely jealous. 20. Maru the cat. Do animals behave dumb just so they can avoid paying taxes? It's starting to look more and more like they do. Because this cat isn't just a celebrity. It makes so much money off YouTube that the IRS should be knocking on that owner's door. FBI, open up! Meet Maru, the most viewed cat on YouTube with almost 1 million subscribers. This cat from Japan may not have 9 lives, but her viewership on YouTube is 9 figures big. With over 500 million on the platform, no other feline is touching her celebrity status. And all she does is lie around and play with boxes. It's ironic how animals break records by being themselves, but this next animal is the loudest at what it does. 19. Dog with the loudest bark. This dog packs so much bark, he's as loud as a motorbike.
The loudest bark. Charlie is a 6-year-old golden retriever with a bark far bigger than his bite.
If his bite is as dangerous as his bark sounds, Charlie is one golden retriever you don't want to mess with. Loud barking can get scary, but loud purring noises are guaranteed to make the hair on your arm stand. 18. Loudest cat purr. Drop a like if you love cats or have any, but ask any American motorhead and they'll tell you that the loudest feline they know is a Hellcat revving its engine. But what about a cat that purrs so loudly you'd want to send it to hell?
Nicole, Bella, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Can now confirm that you achieved 54.6 decibels airway.
That's right. Bella the cat purrs so loudly that someone snoring from a room away will be the last thing keeping you up at night. While Bella is breaking records with how loud she purrs, this next cat is doing it with long furs. Possibly the longest, in fact. 17. Cat with the longest fur. Anyway, just how long did this cat's fur have to be? Over 10 inches. This cat is a literal fluff ball. I'm sure her owner's keys get lost in it. It sure makes it look like cat royalty, but this next cat doesn't need a mane to assert its dominance. Its size does that already. 16. The largest living cat. Weighing in at over 900 pounds and standing over 4 feet when on all fours, Hercules is the largest living cat. Samson would have been toast if this was the lion he came up against. But even if he did manage to get past Hercules, I don't think he's holding his own against Cassius the crocodile. 15. Biggest crocodile. Trust me, Cassius is more of a monster than an animal. At 17 feet and 11 inches, Cassius is the largest crocodile in human captivity. This crocodile is longer than a pickup truck with a caravan. I thought an asteroid killed all the oversized reptiles on Earth millions of years ago because how do you even explain this? This monster reptile must have inspired writers to give Batman a croc for a villain. But you can't always karate kick your way out of your problems. Some problems are best treated like steer, grabbed by the horns. But good luck grabbing these horns though. 14. Bull with the longest horns. This steer's horns are 10 feet 7 inches from tip to tip. That's more than the width of a trailer.
Texas Longhorn, who's hard to miss.
When he first showed up, his horns were only about 6 inches long on each side.
Texas is home to so many longhorns, but damn, this steer takes the whole longhorn trademark personally.
Twice the width of a concert grand piano, and it's wider than the Statue of Liberty's face.
I'm sorry for any matador who stands in front of it. But enough with scary animals. Not all record holders are scary. Some are just athletic. 13. Dunking bunny. The last time we saw a rabbit play hoops was in Space Jam. But a rabbit playing basketball isn't as far-fetched as you might think. Meet Binny, the world record holder for most dunks by a rabbit with 7 slams in 1 minute. Look at her go. Binny would definitely give Lola Bunny a run for her money. Somebody give Binny an NBA contract already. She's like the MJ of the animal kingdom. Speaking of what animals can do like humans, we all know parrots talk like they're one of us, but that's not the only way they imitate humans. 12. Most rings placed on a target by parrot. Meet Skipper, a blue macaw from the West Coast. His 19 rings placed on target in 1 minute is the world record, and it doesn't look like anyone's breaking that anytime soon.
Go. 30 seconds, you can do this. Good girl. Come on, baby. Come on.
Speaking of records no one can reach, meet a penguin that has soared to unimaginable heights in the army.
11. Highest ranking penguin. Meet Sir Niels Olav III, a king penguin who holds the rank of Major General of the Norwegian King's Guard. There are only 2 ranks above him. I bet this record may never be broken. Imagine taking orders from a penguin. Anyway, this next animal sure isn't horsing around, because although it lost its eyes, it still had its sights set on breaking not 1, not 2, but 3 different records. 10. Blind horse jumping. Endo is an incredible horse that has achieved the highest free jump, most flying changes, and most poles weaved in a minute by a blind horse.
Guinness World Records, Endo is still riding high. Her timing has to be just right.
The cues are ready, 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 and then jump is the time to take off.
Hey, I guess Endo gallops by faith and not by sight. And it makes sense for horses to gallop even if they're blind. But what about a tortoise running?
9. Fastest tortoise. We all know the famous folklore about the hare and the tortoise when we were little. But damn, it feels like a whole load of baloney looking back at it now. Because Birdie is a tortoise that will make you change your mind. Clocking in at a speed of 0.28 meters per second, Birdie is regarded as a speed demon. But if you think that's fast for an animal, wait till you see how fast this animal moves on half its legs. 8. Fastest dog on 2 legs. We all know that a dog on all fours is a nightmare to catch, but what about a dog that is just as fast on just 2 legs? No canine moves faster than this Pomeranian on its hinder 4 legs.
He holds 2 incredible records, one being the fastest time to cover 10 meters on his hind legs, as well as the fastest time to cover 5 meters on his front legs.
But if you think that's crazy, wait till you meet this next dog. 7. Fastest skateboarding dog. Meet Jumpy, a dog who rode 100 meters in 19.65 seconds on a freaking skateboard. But Jumpy's owners should have named Speedy because this next dog jumps so high that the name Jumpy suits her better. 6. Most double dutch by dog. A dog holding a record for most double dutches?
Record for the most double Dutch style skips by a dog in 1 minute. She's a border collie Kelpie mix.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say this dog belonged to Izzy from Jumpin'. Because Geronimo didn't just push the limits, she exceeded it, setting a record for most double dutches by a dog in a minute with 128. And his owner, Samantha Vale, didn't stop at one world record-winning dog. Nope, she made sure her other dog, Feather, also broke a record of her own. Talk about overachieving. 5. Highest jump by a dog. I guess you can see why she named her Feather. That's 6 feet and 2 inches. That's like jumping over Steph Curry.
This dog named Feather just cleared an insanely tall obstacle. A Guinness World Record breaking 6 foot 2 inches.
This dog is all bark, all bite, and all bounce. But this next dog might be too old to have any bite or bark left in him. 4. World's oldest dog. When you hear the name Spike, the first thing that comes to mind is a pit bull that's Tom's bully. But this Spike is a Chihuahua, and it's the oldest dog alive. Spike was born in 1999 and should be 25 years in 2024. But those are just human years, because in dog years, he's over 130. That means this Spike is a Grand Chihuahua. Even Tom and Jerry haven't been airing for that long.
Spike, a Chihuahua mix from Ohio, is 23 years old and is now the Guinness World Record holder for oldest living dog. He's actually had the title for about a month now. Spike was born in November of 1999.
But this next record looks like a scene straight out of Tom and Jerry. 3. Most dogs in a conga line. I didn't even know this existed, but what do you do when you're bored and have 14 pet dogs in your backyard? Well, you attempt to break the record for most dogs in a conga line. That's exactly what Wolfgang Lauenberger did. He let the dogs out and won a Guinness World Record while at it. But while some dogs are trained to break records, some are literally born record breakers. 2. Dog with the longest tail. The next record holder is as gleeful as a dog with two tails. Literally. It's anatomically impossible for dogs to have two separate tails, but this dog's tail is the length of two. Keon's tail sits on his rear and at about 30 inches in length. I'm sure this is the only dog to chase its tail and actually catch it, but while Keon has a 30-inch tail to play with, this dog has a tongue too long to keep in its mouth. 1. Dog with the longest tongue ever. This dog's world record is a mouthful, literally. Measuring 7.3 inches long, Moochie's tongue is longer than your average dog's. He'll drench anything he licks in his spit, so keep off. And that's all. Which animal's record blew your mind? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content.